In this lesson, we will learn about IPv6 unique local unicast, how to subnet and configure it on Cisco routers using EUI64. Let's now learn about IPv6 unique local unicast. Unique local unicast addresses are private IPv6 addresses reserved for local use in home and enterprise environments. Multi-organizations can use the same IPv6 unique local unicast scheme because it is not publicly accessible from the Internet. Here are the rules to create IPv6 unique local unicast scheme. The first two hex digits always set to FD. The next 10 hex digits global ID is chosen by the organization. FD and the global ID creates the 12 hex digits local routing prefix. It is up to the network engineer to assign the number of IBs for the interface ID. However, it is the best practice to assign 64-bit interface ID. Since P plus S plus I equal 128, the subnet S bits equal 128 subtract 48 subtract I. The combination of the local routing prefix and a unique value in the range of subnet bits will give you a prefix ID. To have a better understanding about unique local unicast subnetting, let's work on an example. As a network engineer at IT Life Skills, you are assigned to design IPv6 unique local unicast schemes. Here is the 40-bit global ID that you choose. Therefore, IT Life Skills IPv6 local routing prefix will be this. By following the best practice, you choose to assign 64-bit interface ID, which gives 16-bit subnets. Since 0 is the first unique value created by the subnet bits, so the first prefix ID at IT Life Skills is this prefix, and 1 is the first unique value in the host range, so the first IPv6 address in the prefix is this address. Let's now implement IPv6 unique local unicast on IT Life Skills Router 1 using EUI64. Here are the basic steps. First, we need to enable IPv6 routing. Then we configure IPv6 on the interface F00 and F01 using EUI64. After that, we will verify the IPv6 address configuration. Let's now enable IPv6 routing on IT Life Skills Router 1. To do that, at the router's configuration mode, we issue the command IPv6 unicast-routing, then hit enter. Here we are at the private mode of IT Life Skills Router 1. Let's go to the configuration mode and issue the command IPv6 unicast-routing, then hit enter. And thus is we have just enabled IPv6 unicast routing on IT Life Skills Router 1. To configure IPv6 unique local unicast using EUI64, at the router's configuration mode, we issue the command interface, then we provide the interface name and number, then hit enter. It will insert into the interface configuration mode, and we issue the command IPv6 address, then we provide the prefix ID of the IPv6 unique local unicast assigned to the interface. Then we issue the keyword EUI-64 to tell the router to configure the interface ID using EUI-64, then hit enter. Finally, we issue the command no shut to enable the interface, then hit enter. Let's do it on IT Life Skills Router 1. First, we need to go to the configuration mode, then go to the first interface F00, and here we configure the IPv6 local unicast using EUI-64 assigned to the interface F00, then hit enter. And then we issue the command no shut. Now we need to repeat the same steps on the interface F01. And here we configure the IPv6 local unicast assigned to the interface F01 using EUI-64 and issue the no shut command to enable the interface. And then we X out it and issue the right command to save the configuration. And that's it. We have just configured the IPv6 unique local unicast on both interfaces F00 and F01 on IT Life Skills Router 1. We will use these two commands to verify IPv6 unique local unicast configure on IT Life Skills Router 1. First, we need to issue the command show IPv6 interface, then hit enter. As you can see, this is the IPv6 unique local unicast that we configure on the interface F00. In this command, it shows us the subnet ID, and it also tells us that it's using EUI. Similarly, we will see this is the IPv6 unique local unicast that we configure on the interface F01, and it also tells us the subnet ID, and it also tells us that we configure using EUI. Now let's issue the second command, show IPv6 interface brief, then hit enter. This command, it just tells us the IPv6 unique local unicast on both interfaces, and that's it.